Hello everybody, it's me Jones J here. Chicago is the third largest city in the United States and the birthplace of the skyscraper. It also has one of the most iconic skylines in the world, with many iconic buildings like the Willis, formerly Sears Tower, 875 North Michigan Avenue, formerly John Hancock Center, Aon Center, and many others. Recently, Chicago has started to see another building boom, with the recent completion of many skyscrapers including NEMA, One Chicago Square, and St. Regis. And this boom is only set to continue with many more skyscraper projects under construction or proposed. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the upcoming tallest buildings and other master plans in Chicago that will redefine the skyline in the future. This is Chicago's future skyline. Before we begin, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on so you can stay up to date on the latest architectural projects and statistics. We'll be starting off the video with the current tallest building under construction in Chicago, the Salesforce Tower. Formerly known as Wolf Point South Tower, this building was originally planned to rise over 1,000 feet or 304 meters tall, but it was instead scaled back to a shorter tower after Salesforce committed to lease space in the building and acquired the naming rights. The current tower under construction will rise 835 feet or 254 meters tall and contain 60 floors of office space. Construction on the building began in 2020 and is expected to complete sometime in 2023. As the name suggests, Salesforce will occupy around 500,000 square feet of space in the building, and the rest will be leased to other potential tenants. The building sits on a plot of land known as Wolf Point, which is where the Chicago River splits in two different directions, making it a prime spot for development. Two other towers on the site were recently constructed that both contain residential space, and other plans for the site include public space and extensions to the Riverwalk. Development on Wolf Point will conclude upon completion of the Salesforce Tower in 2023. Moving east into the Streeterville neighborhood, and we arrive at the site where the Chicago Spire was originally supposed to be built. Had it been built, it would have become the tallest building in the US and the second tallest building in the world at the time, rising 2,000 feet or 610 meters tall and containing 150 floors of residential space, but construction was halted and eventually cancelled due to the 2008 financial crisis. Since then, the site has remained vacant with only a massive hole where the spire was supposed to sit. Many proposals had come out over the years for what could be built on the site after ownership was transferred to Related Midwest. One well-known proposal was the Gateway Tower, designed by architecture firm Gensler, which would have risen 2,000 feet or 610 meters tall if built, matching the height of the Chicago Spire. In 2018, Related Midwest released their first official plans for the site. The design called for a two-tower complex with a 1,100-foot or 335-meter tall tower and an 850-foot or 259-meter tall tower that would both sit on a podium. The original plan was rejected over concerns of the scale of the podium, so revised plans were then put forth which saw a height reduction to 875 feet or 267 meters tall for the first tower and 765 feet or 233 meters tall for the second tower. The revised plan has been approved, and Related Midwest intends to begin construction later this year, with the project expected to conclude in 2024. Personally, I'm very disappointed with the major height reduction compared to the original 2,000-foot tall Chicago Spire proposal, but it will at least be great to see this site finally get developed. Moving south across the Chicago River to the new East Side neighborhood, and we arrive at the location for a potential new skyscraper, currently dubbed Lakeshore East Building 1. This building would be part of the Lakeshore East Development Master Plan revised in 2018. In mid-October of that year, the Chicago Plan Commission approved the plans for 4 new towers, including a 950-foot, 290-meter tall skyscraper that would contain 85 floors of residential space and become one of the tallest buildings in the city. As of now, construction has yet to begin, but the building is estimated to complete sometime in 2027. And now, let's take a look at the tallest proposed skyscraper currently in Chicago, the Tribune East Tower. This super tall skyscraper is set to be located next to the 38-story Gothic-style Tribune Tower. Plans call for a 1,422 feet or 433 meter tall skyscraper that would contain 113 floors of mixed-use space. Upon completion, it would become the second tallest building in Chicago behind the Willis, formerly known as Sears Tower. The Chicago City Council approved the plans in 2018, minor revisions were made in 2019, and the project received final approval in 2020. Construction is expected to start later this year and is estimated to complete sometime in 2025. So we've just taken a look at some of the upcoming tallest skyscrapers in the city, but there are also some master plans for development that will undoubtedly add to the skyline as well. Starting out with what will become one of the newest neighborhoods in the city, the 78 is a development that will consist of several office and residential towers. It'll be located on a 62-acre parcel of land just south of downtown Chicago and north of Chinatown. The area is bordered by Roosevelt Road to the north, Clark Street to the east, 16th Street to the south, and the south branch of the Chicago River to the west. The Chicago City Council approved the 78 development in 2019, and construction on some infrastructure began shortly after. In 2021, it was proposed to put a Rivers Casino in the 78 as part of the Chicago Casino proposals, but the city ended up instead selecting a site in the River West district. Construction on the site is expected to take place and complete well into the 2030s. Moving up to the north side of Chicago between the Lincoln Park and Bucktown neighborhoods, and we arrive at the site of another master plan. Lincoln Yards is a mixed-use development project that will consist of several high-rises housing apartments, condos, office, retail, and entertainment. The site will also see improved transit access to the CTA and Metro. The site occupies more than 50 acres of land located on both sides of the north branch of the Chicago River. It will be bounded by Webster Avenue to the north, Slybourne Avenue to the east, North Avenue to the south, and the Kennedy Expressway to the west. Plans originally called for the inclusion of a stadium and concert venue, however these were later scrapped in favor of more public green spaces in the revised plans in 2019. The Chicago City Council approved the revised plans for Lincoln Yards in 2019, including a tax increment financing agreement. Construction is currently ongoing with the first phase expected to complete in 2024. And now we arrive at probably the most ambitious master plan. If built, this one will contain some of the tallest buildings in the city as well as a major transit hub. This master plan is set to be developed on top of the rail yards between the McCormick Place Convention Center and the museum campus on the NEMA south side. One Central currently still remains in the proposal stage, but it undoubtedly will have a massive effect on the Chicago skyline if it gets built. It'll feature several skyscrapers housing apartments, condos, hotel rooms, and office space, and it will feature a massive transit hub with direct access to Metro and the CTA for ease of access across the city. The project is expected to be completed in phases and could cost over $20 billion to complete. Phase 1 includes the podium above the rail yard for which the project will sit on. This includes construction of some mid-rise residential, retail, and entertainment space, and the massive transit hub which will feature access to the CTA and Metro. Phase 2 will then see construction for the skyscrapers, with the tallest ones potentially rising over 1,000 feet or 304 meters tall. The whole master plan is expected to complete sometime in 2040, but approval from the City Council will be needed before it can start construction. And there you have it. These are just some of the many skyscrapers and other projects that are currently under construction, on hold, or proposed in Chicago, set to redefine the skyline in the future if they are all built. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on these skyscrapers and other mega projects down in the comments below. Tell me which one is your favorite and why. Thanks a lot for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.